Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's just going to be a quick little video for you guys today, just to kind of, hold you over until the next reading video, or whatever I decide to do. Right now I'm just kind of trying to prepare myself for a bigger video that I want to film sometime this month. And so that's why you guys may not see a lot from me, but I figured I would at least do this short book haul video so that way, keep you guys kind of, at least with something from me. So yeah, so quick housekeeping to do. If you guys have not seen my latest video besides this one, go and watch that so that way, you'll get more understanding from it. But there was a poll in my posts in the community post tab here on YouTube that I'm doing, and it was to find out like what video do I want to do next. And the majority of you guys voted for an in-depth talk kind of video about Hanna Sandvig's fairy tale romance series. And so that's what I'm going to plan on doing. I'm kind of like, gathering some stuff that I need for it. So it's going to be a little while before I start filming that and before it gets released. But that video also talked about something very important, which was like if you guys could ask Hanna Sandvig anything, or like if you had anything that you would want to ask her, like what would you ask her? So I just got permission from her yesterday that she is willing to answer some of y'all's questions, and then I can read them in that video, which is really cool because I've gotten to like interact with her throughout like different things with her content, and like so she knows me, and I've ordered like a lot of stuff from her, and yeah, all the stuff. So I'm really, really excited that she is willing to collaborate with me on this. So she's going to be answering some questions. Now, I know that obviously she's a very busy person, so I told her that I probably wouldn't be giving her more than like 5 questions because like I just don't want to overrun her. So I told her like, okay, like probably 3 to 5. And so far, I've come up with like a question. I have a friend that has given me a question that she wants me to ask Hanna, and she's going to think of a couple more. And then I have one of you guys that has already asked a question. So like if there's anyone else who wants to claim another question or two, go right ahead, but please put that in the community post where I'm actually asking like for questions, so that way I kind of have all the questions for Hanna in one place. So yeah, it's the latest post on my community tab here on YouTube, community post tab, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, go do that. And so with housekeeping out of the way, let's get to the main portion of this video, which is library book sale. I'm at it again. This is the first library book sale haul that I'm actually doing since I started my YouTube channel, because I've been to quite a few book sales, but none where I like actually filmed like a YouTube video for it. I've filmed like short form stuff that's on my TikTok, but I haven't done like a full length, just like me sitting here in front of the camera talking about it. So I'm excited, and I'm probably going to be going back to that library book sale because it's going on for a couple of weeks. So it's not just today, but yeah, it's running until like I think the 23rd of August. So I have quite a lot of time to go and check out this sale. What they usually do is they have like tables and stuff set out, and then like as people start buying up books, they have like many other books that have been like donated, or books that are being retired from their collection. It's not just books, it's also like CDs and DVDs and stuff too. And they'll like set out new stuff on the tables like as people buy up the stock. So I'm really excited about this, and I'll probably be going like at least once a week until the sale ends, so that way I can kind of see what they have. And normally they do a fill a bag for like $3 to $5 towards the end of the sale. So anyway, but they still have really good prices. It's like $1 for hardbacks and $1 for DVDs, and then it's like 50 cents for paperbacks. So yeah, I should not be buying any more books, even if they're cheap. Yeah, so the first book, it was actually the first book that I grabbed, is this Stephen King book, Salem's Lot. Now, what's funny is I have actually owned a copy exactly like this that I had gotten at an antique mall several years ago. I had read it because I was curious about Stephen King, and the book was scary as heck. And you're probably asking me, why did you even, get this book again? Because first of all, I think Stephen King is a really good author. It's just his stuff is not really for me, no matter how good it is, because like his writing is so engaging, and I'm just like, I want to be able to capture my audience the way he does with his words as well. But I just don't think it's really good for my heart or my spirit if I keep reading his stuff, which brings me to why I even bought this in the first place. Well, first of all, it caught my eye because it's a pretty vintage edition. It is one of the book club editions, which means that it's not really as valuable, but since it's Stephen King and it's a vintage edition, and also, like, I will say the dust jacket is in way better condition than the copy that I had originally owned. And with that copy, I kind of am sad that, like, I sold it to half price and I didn't get as much from it because it's half price. But when I saw this on the cart, I was like, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to sell it on eBay. And if any of you guys have a problem with that, this is just what I'm deciding to do, because I'm a bit of an opportunist sometimes where I'm just like, ooh, I wonder how much I could get for that, I don't always think that, but like I do have several like online like shops open. Like I sell stuff on eBay, I sell stuff on Pango, I sell a lot of stuff on Poshmark, and I also sell on Etsy. So I'm on like 4 different platforms because gotta get that side hustle going. So whenever I see a book that I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that's, I always kind of like look it up first. So I'm not like exactly like a lot of the people who are like the resellers that specifically go to a book sale that are like, ooh, yeah, like let me like scan the barcode. Like I'm not really like that. But if I happen to spot something that I'm like, ooh, this is going for quite a bit online, I will take the opportunity. And Stephen King is a big seller. So anyway, yeah, anyway, but moving on. And this was a pretty well-written book. It's just, it's not for me and I'm not going to keep it. But I was like, I'm going to take that opportunity. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that. And so book that I'm actually going to be keeping, because that's the only book that I'm selling from this haul, was just Stephen King. Another book is this. It's called A Bride Most Begrudging. It's a Christian romance, historical fiction. And what's funny is I actually have another copy of this from another book sale, like literally actually like from the same library. But this is going to sound a little bit tacky maybe. This edition, or I guess it's like the same edition, but like this is just like a lot cleaner and not prettier, but it's just like it's in better condition. And the other one that I have, it's like a little bit more busted up. And whenever I saw this, I was like, yeah, I kind of like this copy better. And then like the other copy, I'll just give away, or like I have like a huge stash of books that I use when I go to free little libraries. And not to say that like the more beat up copy is like terrible, like it'll still, like it's still good. It's just like whenever I saw this, I was just like, I'd rather have this copy on my shelves. I know, again, I'm sounding very tacky, but I'm not meaning to. Anyway, and also it was 50 cents. So yeah. Anyway, I also found this DVD copy of The Secrets of Nim. I've seen it only like once, and it is like one of those like darker cartoon movies, but I just kind of saw it, and I also know that my mom grew up watching this movie, and I figured maybe it'd be nice to kind of have it in like the, our collection of animated films. So, ooh, I'll show these first. So if you were, I guess I don't have it up on, maybe I do have it up on YouTube. I don't think I do, but I have a video that is up on my TikTok. I know that for sure. That is about me kind of doing a revitalization of my bookshelves, where I kind of move some stuff around. Maybe I'll do another video about it soon that'll be exclusive to YouTube, but go to my TikTok if you want to know what I'm talking about. But I made some cool like labels for my different like genres that I have on my shelves, and I love how they turned out. for example, this one is my romance one. I just downloaded some like images from the internet and everything. And then I created this signage, like it's my own design. And basically what you do is you take it on the shelf, slide it in between the books, and it holds it there in place. Because I couldn't find anything like online that fit my needs. So I was like, I'll just make my own. So yeah, and I just downloaded this, and a few of the genres, I just kind of created my own images on Canva. So that was really cool. But anyway, and in that video, I talked about how I didn't really have any like Westerns. And so you already saw them, but I picked up some Louis L'Amour. Apparently somebody had donated quite a few Louis L'Amour books. So I may go back and check those out, but I just wanted to grab a couple. I already have a few on my TBR cart, but I think only one of them is one of his Westerns. And he's mostly known for Western, but he also wrote like kind of like a science fiction one. He wrote a historical fiction as well. So this one is his first novel, I believe. At least that's what it's saying here in the back. So this is like his first novel. And then this one is the first book in the Sackett, I guess, saga or whatever. He has so many novels with the characters, like the family, the Sackett family. So I figured I'd grab the first one of that, and then the first book he ever published kind of in that Western genre. So, you know, that's my Louis L'Amour starter pack, if you will. And then the next book, we're almost done because I have this book and then like a trilogy that I picked up. This one was just kind of hiding on one of the carts that they had, and it is an indie published book. As you can see, like it's got that, because that's normally like that shows you that it was like printed by Amazon or something. And it looks really interesting. It's like a dystopian fantasy, which was kind of like drew me in. And I also like, another thing that I do whenever I'm in a book sale is if I find a book and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, but I'm worried about the content, I don't just buy the book like some people do, where they're just like, I'll just buy it, and then like if I don't like it, you know, like, no, I'm not that person. I'm not going to spend good money, even though it was 50 cents. I'm not going to spend 50 cents on something if I'm like, I don't know about the content. So what I usually do is I just like, if I've collected quite a few books, I'll set off to the side and I will browse through Goodreads on each book, because I am that paranoid about content nowadays. I've been burned so many times by authors. So I looked up Goodreads. This book is like true YA. There's like no smut in it. It's a clean book. Like I think there is romance, but it's like clean as YA content should be. So I was really happy about this. I was like, yeah, you know, and I read like the first like couple of pages and I was like, this is intriguing enough. It's an interesting concept. Like apparently it takes place in a post-apocalyptic like US, like there's mention, but it's also like very fairy tale like esque. So anyway, I'll let you guys know how that is. It looked interesting. I'm excited about that. And then next I found this trilogy. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is the Song of Albion, or Albion, whatever, by Stephen R. Lawhead. And I don't know, I didn't really know his name at first, and then I like looked him up, and then I found out that he wrote a series called The Pendragon Cycle. And I've heard about the Pendragon Cycle before. Like he, you know, also he's like a Christian author as well, and apparently he likes to write books that are kind of like in the same vein as like J.R.R. Tolkien, but they're like very based in like ancient history, like the history, you know, like old Britain, stuff like that. And this one is from a different, this is like a different trilogy that he wrote. And I don't know, I was like, I was very intrigued by it. And also he's a Christian author and everything. And like, it's clean content as well. So I was like, I'm very interested. This sounds very fascinating. So I'll have to give him a shot. I know I bought the whole trilogy, but I was just like, it was there. And also like, I'm not just going to get the first book and separate the other two books from each other. And also they were 50 cents each. So anyway, I got these, you know, and also like, I feel like reading a book of or like a series of 3 books rather than a series of 5 books, which is what the Pendragon Cycle is, is a little bit easier, you know? And also, just to kind of do a plug for this, the reason why I know about him and his books is because there is a series by the Daily Wire. I don't know when they're going to finally premiere it. I have no idea what's going on with that. But there is a series coming out soon from the Daily Wire Plus, and it's based off of the Pendragon cycle. And it looks really interesting. It looks really good. This girl who's like, this girl named Brett Cooper, she plays like a role in it. And I was watching like all the behind the scenes stuff about it, and I was just like, this looks really good. Like, it looks like they like used a high-end like Hollywood budget on it. So I'm really excited to see what it's like. I know that obviously not every show or movie adaptation is like the same as like the books, but it looks really interesting. So I may check it out just to kind of see. But anyway, yeah, that's about everything. That's all of the stuff that I got at the sale so far. Maybe I might label this as part 1 and then like film myself every time I go to the sale and like, you know, get stuff. But anyway, and also if you're wondering how much everything ended up adding up to, it was $5.50. So that's quite a bit. So anyway, yeah, so go follow me on like TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Follow me here on YouTube, like and subscribe, all the things, and comment on the latest community post on my post tab here on YouTube, and ask away any questions about Hanna Sandvig that you would like me to send to her. And if you are just like, who is Hanna Sandvig? What is the fairy tale romances? Go watch my reading excerpt videos. I think I have a playlist saved here on YouTube, but also since I don't have a lot of videos up yet, I only have like, well, 30 is still a lot, but I have about 30 videos posted to YouTube now. And if you just go look for my reading excerpt videos, I'll actually link them below, so it'll be easier. But go and watch those so you'll know like, oh, this is what the fairy tale romances are. Basically, it's the Rose Gate, the Frost Gate, the Glass Gate. I'm saying them in the wrong order, but it's like those books, and I have a reading excerpt video for each one of her books. So I'm going to link those below so you guys know which ones I'm talking about, and then like go watch them, and if the series sounds interesting to you, then submit your questions. But anyway, all that housekeeping out of the way, I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Mwah.